Before I came to UCKG, I had a lot of problems. I had sickness, I had spine injuries. I came from a broken marriage, so I was very insecure. I used to drink. Due to this, I used to fight with my husband at present, and I used to drink a lot so that I can hide from all my problems, thinking that that was the solution. Then I started having a financial problem, so I started gambling, and that became an addiction as well. So due to all these situations, my children were very disturbed. It was kind of a life like everybody used to go in different directions, and yeah, full of problems, full of worries, sickness, financial problems, addictions, marriage problems, name it, I had everything.
As I was growing up, I saw my parents fighting all the time. I would come from school, I would come from my grandmother's house, and I would see them fight every single day and drinking. Monday to Sunday, they would drink. They would be drunk every time I would come home. I even remember a day that I came and with some friends I had drank, and I was a bit tipsy, and I was scared to come home to see, okay, if my mom finds out, what am I going to do? But I remember I came home that day and they were already too drunk to know that I was drunk. And that's how bad the situation was. I would do things with my friends, but I used to come home and cry myself to sleep. That was the point that I was at. And it even reached to a point when I was suicidal and I wanted to end my life.
I was invited to UCKG Health Center, and I decided to go there on Monday. And unfortunately, when I made up my mind to attend the service, my husband suddenly got sick that very day. He had stroke. During the service, someone laid their hand on my husband's head, and I actually poured out everything that I had inside of me. And I realized after the prayer that my husband was actually healed the same day. So for me, that was an eye-opener, because I was looking for help. With the way my life was, I went to tarot reading, I tried finding solutions beforehand. So I surrendered my all. And as I started attending all the meetings, like all the services that was going on, and listening to bishop, to pastors, and I started doing my chain of prayers. And slowly my life started changing.
And I was stubborn. I didn't want to let go. So for me, it took me about a year and a half that I actually made up my mind. I said, no, I need God. I need to change my life, and I need to do something about it. I wanted that peace, that joy, that happiness that lasted forever, not something momentary. And that was the reason why I took part in the campaign of Israel. I used my faith. I was free. And when I let go of the things that God asked me for, I received His Spirit. I received His Spirit, and it was pure joy inside of me, something that it's like I never experienced before. A happiness that I was searching for in my family, in my friends, and I didn't know how to find. And it was only through the Holy Spirit. I was happy, and at that time, my sister, she was the only one that wasn't coming. So I knew the importance of having my salvation, and I wanted her to be saved. I wanted her to be with us in the same faith. And so about a year or so, another campaign came, and I took part in that for her to give her life to God, and for her to have a real transformation in her life.
And then the same campaign that she's talking about, neither did I know that she was taking part in the same campaign for Arati, and I did the same one as well. I actually did my sacrifice.
And while the campaign was on, I remember having a conversation with my sister. She was in church, but she was in and out, and she wasn't serious. And there was a day that she said to me, I believe that it was the Holy Spirit that worked in her. And she said to me, she said, I don't know if I will ever be saved. And she said to me, I don't want to go to hell. I want to go to heaven. And for me, that was, I felt it a lot. And I said, God, you have to change her. You have to change her life, because I can't see her go to hell. I cannot see her. If I'm saved, I know what it means. And I didn't want to see my sister go into hell, and I had to put my all there. I had to put my all on the altar.
After the campaign, things started changing slowly. Arti started getting serious in her spiritual life. Today, she is blessed. She is a woman of God, totally changed with the things that she was doing, like before how she was. She is a different person, totally transformed today.
Even though I was coming to church, I was very resistant in the beginning. It took me time to convert. It took me time to change. It's because I had a lot of things inside of me. As I was growing up, I came from a broken family. I was sexually abused at a very young age. And because of that, I had a lot of hatred. And it was hard for me to forgive. And that's what delayed my conversion with God. I didn't want to forgive. I had this thought in my mind, how can I forgive this person that pretty much ruined my life? And I believe that when they did the campaign, they did the sacrifice, God worked in us. God worked in me, and my vision changed. I was completely healed inside of me, that now when I think of my past, it doesn't hurt me as it used to before. Before, I felt like I was stuck in a moment. I was stuck in my past and I was not able to move ahead. And as I started coming, I did a campaign of Israel for myself as well to receive the Holy Spirit. I remember in a night vigil, it was a New Year's night vigil, I knelt down and I prayed and I asked God, I was like, God, this time next year, I want my life transformed. I want my life completely changed. But I also did a 21 days fast. It wasn't the time that we were having the Daniel's fast, but I did a fast of my own because I knew the transformation that I wanted was spiritual. And today I am different. I am happy. My family is blessed. I have a good relationship with my mother, with my sister, and I understand now. And what I received, I want to give the same. The joy of having the Holy Spirit, I cannot express it in words, but it's amazing. And I'm very happy today.
We actually can call it a family now. We do have family time. We sit together, we eat together, we have got our family time, and we enjoy each moment that we have.